Biffity barfity boo. It's like that song from Cinderella. Get it? I don't need your approval. This is Ryan with Constantly Calibrating here to review Canada's Creative's beat-em-up action role player and a lot of other words, River City Ransom Underground. This game is a sequel to the kick-ass and ass-kicking River City Ransom for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, this game is steeped in a deep, deep history, and I don't just mean its pedigree. I mean it took about 4 damn years to get this piggy a squealing. Now, Canada's got the license from Technos Japan in April of 2013, and after that they started a very successful Kickstarter, and it ended up exceeding their goal of 180k, so yeah, seems like a pretty extensive development time for a pixel game, so is it worth it? A pretty astounding hell yes. I'm loving this game. It's got a great vibe to it, and it's not just nostalgia. Granted, I love the shit out of the original on NES. I was kind of too young to really grasp the RPG elements of it, but as a teen I went back and enjoyed it even more. Now, Underground starts you off to a flashback of the original and uses that as a tutorial. While you climb the high school's floors, it teaches you different elements of the game, such as weapons, hideouts, and punching people in the dick. After the tutorial, it flashes forward to the present in-game time, and you get to select a character. Now, this is where it gets pretty cool. There are a few that you can pick from the start, each with a different style of fighting, and that means a different style of gameplay. You can unlock up to 10 characters for the story mode, and about 40 for the online arena mode that I haven't really had a chance to try yet. Don't judge me. Now, the story mode. I really enjoyed it. The gameplay is fun, feels very familiar if you played the original. You'll also get that same kind of what the crap feeling when you die from a cheap shot, or my personal favorite, sprinting face first into a wall, which will happen a lot. So expect to see red as you run your character into a wall for the 50th time and curse their mortal existence as they recreate a pixelated version of a fall reel from a 1920s slapstick comedy. Now, there are a lot of things I love in this game. All the characters feel really unique, and you can swap characters in-game by going to a hideout if you feel like the one you've chosen doesn't really fit the way you want to play. On top of that, you'll have plenty to choose from to begin with, and the unlockable ones are pretty easy to find. You even get to play as the original heroes, meaning I get to be Ryan. The pixel artwork holds a lot of little details, and I can tell how it may have taken a while to make this, because the environments are that damn good. The chiptune music is very catchy, and never really annoying as chiptunes can be most of the time. Now, the enemies in the game, like the original, are all gangs. You'll run into jocks, goths, greasers, and nerds, but with more meaningful names, like the Warlocks, or the Nerds. Yeah, they lost it on that one. You'll wallop the ever-living crap out of them, and then pick up the change that's left when they die. You'll wind up playing different missions with some interesting, albeit sometimes annoyingly difficult boss fights. You'll also run into the most annoying boss fight. Well, I'm not even really sure you can call it a boss fight. Basically, like the original, you clear an area of enemies, a boss character spawns, and then they run away from you. Yeah, you have to chase them down and hit them once, listen to them talk, and then the story progresses to the next mission. It really doesn't seem like it fits very well. Now, that's just one of the first gripes that I have. This game is, by all means, not perfect. One thing I don't like is that the game does a poor job of telling you what to do next. There are brief dialogue sometimes that explain well enough, but sometimes they don't really say anything, and the marker on the map doesn't make any kind of sense. So, at the end of my first bit of playing, I was actually stuck. I couldn't figure out where to go. I was where the map said to be. Turns out I had to climb a fence and access an area behind the fence. The fact that this was possible was never mentioned. It'd be one thing if it were like a secret Easter egg or something like that, but this was part of the main storyline. Another gripe is that I feel like I ran in some areas and bosses that were leveled a lot higher than I was a lot sooner than they should have been. The game doesn't really show that you're in for that kind of ass whipping either. All the standard enemies are about the same health, so you can't really tell there's going to be a dramatic difficulty spike. The last thing, and probably the thing that pisses me off the most, is that they have a Grand Theft Auto style police mechanic. Should you accidentally break a table in the arcade, get thrown into a parking meter, or ravenously beat an innocent bystander with a lead pipe, there's a chance the boys in blue will be called on you. Every time you change screens, they'll be there to tase you and make your life difficult. You can get them to stop chasing you by going to a hideout, or hiding in a dumpster after you clear the enemies from an area. But it's just annoying that it happens so often for the slightest infraction. It also kind of breaks the feel when there are 6 guys trying to beat the crap out of you, and the police just seem okay with it. I mean, it does kind of go along with the story, I guess, maybe, but it really messes with my suspension of disbelief. Now, there's one part of this game that will blow your mind. I saved my favorite part for last. Somehow, Canadis was able to get a Bobo from Double Dragon into this game. Loved it. Great stuff. He makes a cameo kind of early in the game, and at first I was like, throwback. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, what's next? Then I realized this dude is like Nemesis from Resident Evil 3. You'll just be going along minding your own business, and then suddenly, motherfucking a Bobo! It's random when he'll bust through walls, but to me, it's always funny, and he drops a gold coin worth a decent amount of River City currency. Now, the game, like I said, no, it's not perfect. Yes, the launch had some issues with bugs, but they've been steadily patching it since its release on February 27th, and most of the problems have been fixed so far, as of this recording. But if you're looking for some old school, crotch kicking, rock slinging, unrealistic tire physic action, this game might just be up your alley. This has been Ryan with Constantly Calibrating.